Welcome back to Podcast Recovery, everyone. We're your hosts, David O.
And Eric V.
I had to for a second because I was like, is Eric going to be a host today?
I am a host.
He's a host
I've been
today.
consistently saying that I'm a host.
Very good.
Right?
Even though I
like
can't see Eric. But,
It's okay.
That's fine.
You don't need to see Eric.
There's a hanging door.
There is an actual hanging
we
door.
have we have doors hanging.
David's
to
very
break up the
uncomfortable.
sound. Very uncomfortable.
He's like,
I
"There's
don't like
change."
change.
He hated this idea.
I
Yeah.
hated it very much. Very much. Anyway,
David's very against new things, though.
I don't like new things.
You don't like any new things. I'm trying to.
That's not
like,
true. That's not true.
Like what?
I have no counter argument, but I just feel like that's not true. Anyway, so
Even though I could build him a real wall, but you know.
yeah.
Well, I could build myself a real wall, but like, you know.
Now, the mystery person speaking is our good friend Brad, who has joined us today. How you doing, Brad?
Hi, Brad.
I'm okay. I'm here.
There you go.
Good morning.
Hi.
How much clean time you got? 12 years?
12 years.
Fantastic.
pretty good.
All right.
Just a dozen.
Today we're doing another topic mini-sode, and we're going to follow up on a previous one we had with our guest Rachel, who was Am I an Addict Part 1, so go check that out in case you think you're an addict. We are going to do today Am I an Addict Part 2.
And Brad would know that guest because you all went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel S.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, great job. Yeah, and we're reading out of the NA IP number 7, Am I an Addict? And, answering some questions and seeing where it goes. So, yeah, pay attention. And if you answer yes to these, you're probably an addict. And that's probably how you found Podcast Recovery in the first place. Now,
Share that.
we got through the first 9 questions, I believe, the first time. So we'll start with number 10. Have you ever been arrested as a result of using drugs? Yes, absolutely I have. I was arrested 9 times.
Jeez, really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You should be in jail by those accounts.
I should be in
know?
jail, but luckily, I constantly was I only got
Were
arrested.
you getting arrested for like paraphernalia and shit? Like just stupid like
Oh, because it was
charges?
possession every time, and I should have gotten, but they never I was always super cooperative. Which anybody listening, you should always be cooperative if you have drugs on you because you're fucking caught anyway. They're gonna get you.
Were you in a car every time or like what? Like
Yes, yeah.
okay, because I would have said like to David's point, if you have the opportunity to run.
Oh well, yeah. I ran from the cops plenty of times, but. No, it was possession every time, and I never got intent to distribute because I was so cooperative with the police, and that actually helped me in court because the cops were always like, yeah, he was super cooperative. We asked him if he had drugs. He said yes. He gave them to us, and I was like, yep, there you go. Yep. And one time, I got pulled over, and I had, I don't know, an eighth on me in PG County, and it was a huge diesel ass cop, just 6'6", jacked as hell, and he had, I have my hands on the hood, and he's about to pat me down, and he's like, don't try anything. And I just start busting out laughing, and he was like, what's so funny? I was like, dude, you're fucking humongous, you'll kill me. And he was like, I gotta say it. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So yeah, I got arrested 9 times because of drug use. How about you, Brad?
I think just twice.
Just twice.
Yeah.
But you had 2 DUIs?
Yeah.
2
Yep.
DUIs.
Oh wow,
Yep.
That counts.
2
that
DUIs.
does count.
Wait, you got possession charges too, didn't you?
Those with the DUIs. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I have any just possession. I think it was DUIs, and of course I was always carrying. So yeah, 2 DUIs with possessions, but that was it. Yeah. 3 of my arrests were before I was 18 too. So
Oh wow,
so they were all minor charges that disappeared. What about you, Eric?
just once.
Just once?
Yeah, 4 counts of possession,
4 counts?
4 counts of paraphernalia.
What was it? Heroin? Were you getting?
No, it was like they actually dropped a lot of it because I also had an account of distribution, and they dropped me down to just 1 count of possession.
You had a really good lawyer.
2 counts of paraphernalia. He was expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had a good lawyer.
No.
I had public defenders, and the last time I did not get a public defender at all. I defended
It
myself.
took me years to pay that fucking lawyer off.
Actually, I
but,
think I
you know.
did hire a lawyer for one. A Shapiro.
I was facing a lot
if
of
it was a Shapiro, yeah.
I had pills
He got
on
you
me,
off,
yeah. I had pills and
I can't remember for that one.
So
That
we
was-
had to get all that dropped.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're not distributing. What's the scale for, dude? I want to make sure I'm not getting ripped off." And the cop was like, "That actually makes sense."
Yeah, but they still charge you with it if you had a scale.
They did not charge me,
No.
dude. I did not.
They charged me. I had baggies. I mean, it was pretty obvious I was selling.
Oh,
yeah. It was
Yeah. It's obvious. Yeah. So anybody, if you're getting arrested from drug use, you're probably unmanageable.
There are those people, though, I will say, just because I did meet them at Columbia Addiction Center. There are, because Columbia Addiction Center did come up with the last time we talked about
Yes.
this.
Oh yeah. You went to Columbia Addiction Center, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I was the only person in there besides one other person who smoked weed. Everyone else got popped on, like, an alcohol citation.
Yeah.
and,
It was a lot of drunks.
There was, but not drunks. I'm talking about kids who just didn't run from the cops when a party got busted or something.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, are you an addict? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not quite sure.
I mean, I didn't say 100%. I said, you might want to look at things.
You might want to look.
If it's multiple times, probably.
Probably.
There's a level of unmanageability there for sure.
I did meet someone who had like the worst luck with DUIs when I was in rehab. He got 3.
Ben H had 5.
Like,
Remember that?
There are people like with DUIs who I'm like, wait, you had 3 beers? Like, you're one of those people who just like, you just got fucked. Like, you just
I never got a DUI.
I never got a DUI either.
Some of these old heads got like 10, 12 DUIs though.
I
That's
know.
back in the 70s
it's
when
crazy.
it was kind of okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Like it's nothing.
I don't know. I can't drink and like I could never do that. I don't know. I didn't like it. I mean, I did do it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did it a lot.
I was great at it.
Clearly you weren't.
Well,
no,
yeah, that's
no, like
that's terrible.
Well, no, a cop actually said to me one time. He was like, "Well, how often do you use drugs?" I was like, "Every fucking day." He was like, "For how long?" I was like,
all day.
Several years. And he was like, "So you've used a few thousand times?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You've only been arrested 3 times. So really, you're winning." And I was like,
It's a great way to look at it.
it's a great way to look at it. But it was also terrible because that just like it just gave me an out.
So
I was like,
David,
yeah, I'm fucking like my odds are really
It's
low.
like, I'm fucking winning.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
fucking beating
and then
these
Charlie
motherfuckers.
Sheen's like on the TV and he's like winning, and you're like, fucking right, I'm winning.
Fucking
Tiger's
right.
blood,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
And then I actually had to go to jail, and I was like, ooh, not winning, not fun.
You had a bad jail experience too.
There are no good jail experiences.
You had an especially bad.
I had an especially bad one, especially
experience.
for a small white kid from
You had
Rich County.
a bad experience.
It was not fun. All right, moving on to number 11. Have you ever lied about what or how much you use? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, every time I went to Columbia Addiction Center, I'd be like, "Oh, how much do you use?" And I was like, "Oh, I only smoke weed on the weekends."
Oh,
Yeah.
And I just got caught.
Dude, I loved telling them everything. I wore it as a badge of honor. I was like, oh, we're drug-a-logging now? All right, let's see. Okay, let's,
Piece of shit.
what? I loved that part. I was like, oh,
Dude,
let's
no,
do it,
hell no.
drug-a-log.
I lied through my teeth just so, like, I didn't see the benefit of being honest. Like, I wasn't ready to get honest with myself.
I have no shame, so I was like, sure, I'll be honest.
Well, I was like, no, these people are going to fucking make me do a shit ton more probation if they know that I have a real drug problem.
No, you're honest, so they'll give you less probation because you were honest with them.
2 different mindsets. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, I mean, you lied up until, like, until you finally got honest.
Yeah. I definitely dumbed it down as much as possible.
Yeah. And if you had friends who you knew weren't cool, they'd be like, I think you're doing too much, Brad. And it's like, no, I do pills like once a week at tops.
Yeah. I was never as bad as this person or that person. I know that.
Yeah.
Except, David, I was bad enough.
You were
You were my
David's
meter
son.
stick
Yeah, I
for
was
the
David's
longest
meter
time.
stick.
And then you son of a bitch got clean. And I was like, fuck, now I'm the worst one. I'm the worst one I know now.
And now I'm the last one smoking. So, like,
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
I always knew worse people than me, though.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. There was always people worse than me. Like,
Well, the heroin game is like
Like,
that.
yeah,
That's
it's a different game.
That gets into a whole different ballpark.
and even when
Like,
you're in the
you
pill
were playing a
game,
different sport
when
than
you're
I
in like
was.
when you're in the heavy
Absolutely.
pharmaceutical game too, like, I mean, you meet people that are like, you're like, well, I can yeah, things are way better for me than
See,
Salt Lake
yeah,
and shit.
I did pills at a convenience.
Well, I did pills out of need.
yes, like
I definitely just like sought out those people just so I could have the excuse. Like, oh, I'm not that bad. I hung out with them a little bit here and there just to like remind myself that I'm not that bad.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
mm-hmm, for sure. Number 12. Did you put the purchase of drugs ahead of your financial responsibilities?
Absolutely.
That's why I had a
Yes.
home group on Fridays.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. I'd rather sleep in my car than have a place to live.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else plan out their paycheck in like what drugs they were gonna buy for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah,
like, and
of
I bought them
course.
all on Friday.
Of
and like
course.
I'd be like, all right, so this is for my 8th of weed. This is for like my 5th of vodka.
Yeah.
This is for like my pills. This is for my dope. Like I had everything planned
Yeah.
out.
I mean,
cool. I got $2 left over for
gas.
2 McDoubles.
I
You
can
know
get
what I mean?
some
I can
gas.
eat. I can eat today.
yeah.
Oh, I hate it, dude. I hate it. The fucking like food. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, I can get a bagel from Panera. Cool. And McDonald's.
Bagel from Panera. Fuck. Like,
It was $1. Dude.
We're
It
the
was
grimy
under
piece of
$1.
shit. Brad and I are eating McDoubles. He's like, oh, I'm going to
McChickens.
Panera. Fucking.
Well, if you're at the mall,
Nodding
I
out.
worked at the mall,
That's
so,
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
and they gave
I-
me like free stuff sometimes,
Yeah.
because I worked at the mall.
But yeah, and that was from the beginning. Like at age 14, when I'm working at the Columbia fucking mall, I'm like, cool, I'm getting $250 for my paycheck, and I was like, oh, I could buy 2 ounces, yes, and like
fucking.
of poop.
I remember my healthy meals when I went to Wendy's and got the baked potato with chili. That was when I
That
was
is
eating well.
not a healthy meal. That is not. That is worse.
I was
for
like,
you.
I'm gonna
No,
be
it's
good.
not.
I'm gonna be good to myself
then
today.
a
chili?
then a McDouble.
with
A McDouble is way worse.
chili.
A McDouble is worse. At least it's a real potato. It
Are
was
we
a real potato.
Well, if Wendy's is probably
yes,
a real
I mean
potato, yeah.
they literally gave you a potato wrapped in foil, like it was
Yeah.
a real potato. So
McDonald's is not
it's not
real
even
food,
meat.
Yeah,
It's just fucking pink slime. It's just terrible for you.
I mean, yeah, it's a gross thing.
But and yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I lost a whole. I had a storage unit with a whole bunch of my shit that I eventually lost all that shit because I wasn't paying it because I was buying drugs.
Storage Wars.
Yeah, I was on Storage
Yes,
Wars. Somebody got a
dude.
whole bunch of useless shit.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Are you sure there wasn't like something in there?
No,
worth,
there were
like,
some
a few
good
$1,000s. You know?
There were a couple nice things that I know were in there, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Can I be honest?
They were like more personal things.
I would
and valuable.
love to go to a storage auction.
It'd be fun.
Let's fucking
It'd
do
be
it.
so much fun because I used to like go picking and stuff,
Let's
and like I
fucking
used to
do it.
dumpster dive and like
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I actually like sometimes go down rabbit holes watching those videos.
I know, it'd be great.
Oh yeah. So somebody just got somebody's Super Bowl ring
See,
in
Awesome.
in a fucking storage unit.
they're not worth that much though. By the way, like when you
It
pawn them,
depends.
like,
It was a third stringer, so it wasn't that
Yeah.
much. It's a few $1,000s.
a few thousand, like just for like
Just
like,
for
what it is.
Yeah,
like,
for the diamonds and like shit. If it's fucking I don't
because
know.
a lot of they make a shit ton of those rings because it isn't just the players.
No,
Like the
exactly.
entire like fucking like office gets a ring, you know, which is fucking cool.
Yeah. All right. Number 13. Have you ever tried to stop or control your using? Yes.
Every day, man.
Absolutely. Like that was the whole game. Was like, I mean, not for a while. Like I'd say from like 14 to 19, when it like you're still a teenager, so it was like you're having fun, you're in high school. Like I wasn't trying to stop shit, because I mean, I could smoke a little weed after I got home from school and shit like that, but other than that, I was like, oh, I'm partying on the weekends, I'm having the high school experience, whatever. But then from 19 to 25, yeah, it was unmanageable and it was a fucking problem. I was living in a car and
So, do you regret your high school experience though? Because like I feel like it's kind of weird when people don't have that. For
only
high school.
my grades.
Well,
I wish
besides
I had
that,
I wish
yeah.
I had actually done well in school because I could have.
I know, David. I know you wish you went to college. I know.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know,
what about you, Brad?
buddy.
Do you regret your high school experience? Did you drop out after sophomore year?
Technically, yes.
Like,
Wait,
I
you
was
dropped
supposed
out
to-
after sophomore?
I was in my junior year, but I was still a sophomore. So
Yeah.
It's okay.
yeah.
We know lots of people who dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually know tons of people. It's kind of crazy.
What were you doing those last two? Were you just like working with your dad?
I can't. No, I was like just like training to be like a really good alcoholic and addict is what I was doing.
There you go.
I tried to drop out. My parents would not let me.
Why would you try and drop out?
My English teacher told me that I was wasting my time and I should just go to college, and I agreed with her. And
I mean, that's a solid point.
She was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm bored." And
I got
she
that.
was like, "You should just go to school, like college." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I had several
was like
teachers that are like, "Why are you even here anymore?" And I'm like, "I don't even know."
Yeah. All my friends are here.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, I'll be bored from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. every day.
Yep.
I mean, the last year, like I did the like work for like thing, you know. So I
I got
there.
my senior year.
barely
Yeah,
there.
senior year. I was.
I think I had
there.
3 classes the whole year, you know.
Yeah, I used to go over to this one kid's house, like,
And smoke weed. We did that.
yeah, and then like he introduced me to coke, and then we did coke a few times over there, and I was like, I don't know. I
our
don't know if I
dude
could
was
do
a
that.
hardcore
and then
smoker,
But we
though,
had to go back for English class, so we would go back for English class, all sorts of fucked up,
Oh,
and like terrible idea.
I never got caught getting high at school.
I did sort of once. It was at like homecoming, like junior year.
Oh.
Like we got super high, but we parked across the street on a private on a private street, so they couldn't like go out and search our car in the parking lot or anything. And we had everything in our car. Besides, I had a lighter. But this teacher, fucking tall Shay, came up and he fucking like he grabs me by the back of the neck, gets his nose within 2 inches of my face, and just goes. He's like, "Come with me. You're going to the office." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm high as shit. So I was like, "What the fuck?" This adult just smelled my face. He's like, "I know what you've been doing." I was like, "What, man? I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "You guys reek like weed." And I was like, "I don't have any weed, man." And so they had me empty my pocket. And they were like, "What do you have a lighter for?" I was like, "I'm a pyromaniac." I was like, "I like setting shit on fire."
At that time, probably true.
100% true. 100% true. I was a pyromaniac. Absolutely.
We used to build pipe bombs and like smoke grenades when we were in middle school.
What the fuck?
What? You guys didn't do that?
No.
Oh.
No, I would just like set like a pile of pine
My
needles
friend-
on fire.
Oh no, me and my friend
Eric
Alex.
is different.
Erica's no, we did make a shit ton of Molotov cocktails.
Okay, that's pretty easy though.
That I did.
No pipe bombs or smoke grenades?
No, lots of Molotov cocktails.
We like one time lit off the smoke grenade and it like it just started filling up the entire cul-de-sac.
Dude, we threw fucking like at the middle school. You know, like the basketball courts by the middle school. That's where we would go in the middle of that field, obvious as shit.
in the middle of the day.
No, fuck no.
At night?
No, it was in the middle of the night, which probably made it even worse because you
man.
could see it from 200, 300 yards away. Fucking stupid as hell. God damn, I was an idiot. All right. Have you ever been in jail, in a hospital, or drug rehabilitation center because of using?
Only
That's
a
3
few
S's.
times, yeah.
That's 3 S's for me.
Wait, so which were the options? Jail.
Jail, hospital, drug
Institution.
rehabilitation.
All
yes,
3.
Yes to jail. I was in the psych ward twice, and then I didn't really go to rehab, but
No, you were.
but
That's not part of your story.
I had lots of IOP programs, like Columbia Addiction Center a whole bunch of times, probation a whole bunch of times, but never inpatient. Did you? Well, you were on Shepherd Pratt.
Yeah,
But that wasn't really drug related
It was
necessarily.
It was, but it was also mental health.
Yeah.
But it was because of drugs that I was there.
Yeah.
So, and then I mean, I did do a treatment center when I got clean. So there's that. I didn't.
Oh yeah, you went to the Howard House.
Yeah, I didn't ever end up in the hospital for an overdose or like, alcohol, whatever.
No.
None of that.
Oh
but,
shit! I didn't even think about those times.
Yeah. So I don't have any overdoses, or I mean, probably do, but I didn't go to the hospital. I don't know.
Yeah.
Countless times where I'm like checking my pulse at night, like breathing, not breathing.
I
Yeah.
hate the checking the pulse and like
Yeah.
being like, that's the worst.
Yeah. I was like, I should probably. I don't think I'm breathing. Yeah, that's
And
fine.
I was like, you were just like, David, just weigh your own shit out. I trust you. I was like, all right.
Let's just roll up and go for a ride. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what times did you forget about, Eric?
The times like I OD'd or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't counting those times, but yeah.
That's a hospital.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I went to inpatient twice. Well, no, I went inpatient 3 times. I got arrested once for drugs. Well, no. I guess are we counting alcohol citations and stuff? So I guess that's twice.
They arrest you for alcohol citation?
No,
I mean, they give you...
Yeah.
they give you a citation.
Inconveniences you your life. Like,
yeah. Mine was at Meriwether. Literally,
mine was in Cumberland.
I hadn't even taken a sip, and I was 2 weeks away from my 21st birthday. And the cops still gave me a citation.
We got one in Ocean City, and then for the court...
No.
We had to go out there for the court date or whatever, and of course, what did we do? We went out and got, like, hammered the night before. I was literally, like, sitting in the courtroom, and my friend's mom's with us. She's like, you guys reek. And, like, I was so hungover.
Good thing the judge can't
Dude,
smell
I
me.
had to leave the courtroom. I literally went in the bathroom, threw up, came back in the courtroom, and, like, I don't... It was bad. Like, that's how messed up I was. I mean, and I was probably like, I don't even think I was 18 yet. You know what I mean? Like, just ugh. But anyway,
I had like a few like ODs and seizures too, so probably a handful of times to the hospital.
Oh my god, good lord.
Yep.
I can't really remember. Like, I like remember a few times. There's one time I always remember whenever I went into like the ER for, I got that drug leaving, which was always weird.
What?
Yeah, like I would get like, you know, I had a seizure because like I didn't have enough, like I was coming off benzos or whatever, so they gave me benzos.
And they gave you Xanax.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and like then like
God damn.
I I OD'd and they gave me like they gave me perks. I remember I was like, sweet, that's helpful.
I mean, we're 3 questions in, and I'm pretty sure we're all addicts. So
Well, yeah, we know that.
let's continue.
I'm not convinced yet.
You're not convinced yet. Okay. Do you want to answer the first 10?
No.
See,
What's the next question?
the next question is, does using interfere with your sleeping or eating? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Because I would get fucked up on, like, I would be all hyped up on cocaine, and I'd be like, okay, how do I come down with this? And I'd drink a shit ton of rum in order to pass the fuck out.
Yeah. That's the time I knew I was on meth, is when I couldn't come down.
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And this isn't right.
And eating, I was always like, there's calories in beer. I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, no.
I'm
See,
consuming
I was
calories.
never...
That's bread, basically. It's
like,
liquid bread.
I don't like vomiting from alcohol, so I would always eat with alcohol.
Well, remember that one place I lived, right? When I put up all the blackout shades? Oh, God. There's
What is wrong with both of you? Because David, like, put, like, newspaper on his fucking windows.
It was cardboard, sir. Thank you.
Oh, I hated when the sun came up in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, the birds. The birds were way worse than the sun.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of Catonsville. I don't know fucking birds, but dude, it was hilarious. So we put the cardboard up because we're all paranoid as fuck. So we're like, people could just look right in here, and then we're like, well, now we can't see out, so we cut little flaps in the cardboard so we can lift up the flaps. Like,
It's so weird you lived above there, dude. Like,
I lived above the bar in Edmondson and Ingleside.
Like,
what a fuck, dude! It was such a trash hole.
I can imagine the bar looks gross.
It was terrible.
So I can only imagine what the apartment above the bar looks like.
Good lord, it was terrible. But yeah, eating and sleeping, those were secondary issues, like, which is basic human life, and we were just disregarding it entirely. One of the funniest stories Brad ever, like, with Brad, I can't remember where it was, but at one time you were like, man, I haven't had, like, not diarrhea in like 3 months. Is that bad? And I was like, that's
I have not had diarrhea.
It's like, that's extremely bad, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you're not like solid pooping? You're like, nah, not at all.
Every fart was a gamble.
Every fart was a gamble.
Yeah. There's your
That's
there's
the
your
name
title.
of it. Every fart was a
Every
gamble.
fart was a gamble. Am I an addict? Every fart was a gamble. Subtitled. Oh my god, that's awful. Does the thought of running out of drugs terrify you?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was awful. But, like, see, like, I don't know.
that,
Weed and alcohol were always there, so...
Well,
and they were fairly obtainable.
There's always a way.
there's
to
a
get
different...
There's always a way.
So,
Life
can we
finds
be
a way.
real, though? Like, there is a different desperation when there's, like, a real physical dependence on the drug.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get heroin, or to get opiates, or to get benzos. Like, there's, like, a real physical drive to that sort of a drug. I don't know. So there's a physical drive to alcohol. I see people like shitting themselves outside of. You know,
it's pretty easy to get.
Stores.
Alcohol's pretty easily to obtain.
It is
easy
if you run out.
Yeah.
So
you get $5 and
things
you're good
get gross.
for a while.
Like I don't know. My one friend's struggling still with alcohol, and it's just like, man, that smell, dude. That smell, like, oh.
Seriously, out of all the drugs like that I've given up, that is the one where I'm just like, I don't ever want to do that again. Like alcohol is fucking horrible. You're literally drinking poison, is what you're doing. I mean, like, sure, if you have 4 ounces of wine in a day, which none of us ever did, it's not bad for you. And like some people are like, it's even healthy for you. But
I thought you said 4 glasses.
No,
I was like,
4 ounces, 1 glass of wine.
I was like, 4 glasses. That sounds about right.
Yeah, if you're drinking 1 glass of wine or 1 beer a day, sure, you don't have a fucking problem. But that was never the fucking case. And once you're just dumping fucking liquid toxins into you, you're killing your liver, you're killing your stomach, you're killing your fucking kidneys, and it's just awful. It's just awful. Ugh. All right. Number 17. Do you feel it is impossible for you to live without drugs? Yeah. I mean,
literally impossible. Yes.
I don't know if I thought it was impossible. I just had no desire to do it. I was like, I don't want to fucking live without drugs. Like, it sounds miserable. Like, that sounds shitty as hell. And because I didn't know. I was wondering, like, how am I going to have fun? How am I going to enjoy anything? So it's not like it was impossible to me. It just seemed like just completely unattractive.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems lame. Because, like, everybody who didn't do drugs, I was like, you're a fucking nerd.
Fucking narc.
Yeah, you fucking narc. Why aren't you doing it? This is the best shit ever. Like, why aren't you doing this shit? And then they're like, oh, well, I'm in college and I'm doing a study abroad in Martinique. And it's like,
man,
well, I'm on top of a bar in Catonsville. That's what's up.
Abroad. Oh
my God.
Ooh.
But yeah.
If I didn't do drugs, I would have done it. Study abroad.
Did I feel it was impossible? No. So I'll say that's a maybe. I'll give that a maybe on mine.
What?
Did I feel it was impossible? I didn't, but I just didn't want to. I had no desire.
I think I knew it was possible.
Yeah, I knew it was possible.
But when I was in it, it felt impossible to get, to get clean.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would attempt to get clean for a few hours, and then, I don't know.
I don't even know if I'd do that.
I'd wake up.
You don't look at yourself and you're like, at the end of the night, you're like, I'm never going to do that again.
Yep.
And then, like, you have, like, a few hours of sleep and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then in the morning and you're like, yeah, I feel good. And then you're like, man, I need to smoke.
Oh, no. At the end of the night, I would just look in the mirror and be like, I fucking hate you.
How many times
and then I'd be like, I have to drown this out and just whatever drugs I had.
How many times did you guys throw away a pack of cigarettes? Saying it would,
once.
Like, only once? Oh, my God. I did it so many times.
Once.
At the end of the night, being
only
like, I'm not smoking again.
I actively threw away 1 pack, and this time smoking, I smoked that 3 after I was held at fucking gunpoint by Baltimore County cops when my neighbor was getting raided.
Yeah.
And I smoked 3 that day, and so the other 17 I just gave to my wife. I guess that's technically throwing.
I'm more sentimental, so I would like hang on to the pack and be like,
you just have it in your car.
Yeah.
What pack, though,
I'm gonna put this on the wall. But that's just because subconsciously I knew I was gonna smoke them.
Exactly. It's just a reservation.
I know, but I know like the feeling. You're like, this is my last pack, man. I'm like, I love this pack. Like, this is like these cigarettes. I'm gonna enjoy this last cigarette. So fuck. No, you're not.
Every last time. Yeah. Every other time trying to quit before this. Yeah, I would keep 1 cigarette in my car or like a couple. I was like, just in case, like, I get really stressed out. It's an emergency cigarette. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And this is the first time where I haven't done that.
It's not fine.
No. I was just like, I'm fucking done. This sucks. There you go. There's your hit, Brad.
Yeah.
Shit sucks.
Yep.
And honestly, for the last 2 years of smoking, I knew it sucked, and I fucking hated it. But I also loved it.
Yes.
Cigarettes. Oh goddamn. Don't smoke. Anybody out there? It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Did you ever question your own sanity? Oh my God, yes. Fuck yes. I thought. I mean, shit.
No.
I mean,
I have some stories about that one. Yeah.
I mean, I went to.
I still question my own sanity.
Yes. Yeah, you probably should. I question my like emotional sanity now, but not my intellectual. But
That's no question.
But yeah, no. When I went to like the psych hospital, like I was diagnosed like borderline personality disorder, and I was like,
Really?
yeah. Yeah. And like, so the first time I was diagnosed bipolar, and then the next time they were like, oh, we actually think you have borderline personality disorder. And then, and by that time I was doing coke and shit tons of hallucinogens and all sorts of shit. So my brain was whacked the fuck out, and they're like, are you hearing voices? I'm like, I hear so many fucking voices. I hear all the voices.
David, you don't say that.
Well, of course, I was an idiot. I was fucking
I'm like, all right, we're gonna send this motherfucker far away.
You're supposed to dumb it down, dude. Gee.
that like no.
I hear all the voices.
Okay, so in IOPs, I would lie. I would lie to drug counselors, but to doctors in a psych hospital, I told them the truth. I don't know why. I felt like, well, my brain's not going to get better if I'm not honest with these people. And yeah, then they put me on a shit ton of mental health drugs, which just made me fucking miserable because I was using on top of them. And yeah, and then I was just like, and then I get clean, and you know, the cocaine paranoia is gone, like the hallucinogen paranoia is gone, like the fucking codeine and alcohol and weed like combination psychoses are all fucking gone. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I have borderline personality disorder at all. And going on 12 years clean, I'm like, yeah, I didn't have those. I was just insane.
See, I don't have that luxury, my friend.
No, yeah, you had fucking issues beforehand.
Yeah, I remember when my first Shepherd Pratt, and they said, "Oh, Brad, we think you have manic depressive and anger management issues, and we want to keep you here for a few days." And I'm like,
well, those are spot on, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not staying here for a few days. And then proceeded to flip the table, grab a chair, throw it into the wall, which then stuck into the wall with my mom sitting there watching this, like, Brad, stop. And I'm just like,
fuck no,
I'm leaving.
Bitch, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving this place. And then I walked out the door.
At some point in the middle of that, were you like, okay, maybe I do have anger management issues?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
you like threw the chair and you're like, God damn it, they know me.
And then the padded room ensued. That was fun.
Oh, wow.
You got into a powder room?
I didn't get
in a padded room.
I got a padded room experience. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they still use straitjackets? Is that a thing?
They probably do.
Probably.
I didn't need one.
I don't know.
They do at Clifton.
I calmed down after I
bet you did.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I walked out of the building and the alarms were going off and there was more, and I was just like, just trying to go for a walk and calm down, which I did. And then, I allowed them to catch me, to grab onto me, and then bring me back inside. And, like, and then they put me in the room. They were like, we have to do this as a precaution. Just don't act crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done acting crazy. It's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they were like, if you don't act crazy, we're going to have to, shoot you with a shot of Thorazine.
Yeah, Thorazine or Haldol or whatever.
Yeah, no, we're not going to have to do that. But then later, my roommate, he flipped out and he got the shot of Thorazine and he came back furred. Like, just like,
oh yeah,
oh my god,
yeah, the Thorazine shuffle is a real fucking.
And then
thing.
I was like, yo, we all need to flip out and get that Thorazine shot. You know what I mean? Buddy was looking like he was having a good time, but so I missed out on that. But
I'll tell you what, the 2 trips I had to the psych ward made me feel better about myself, because there's genuine people who are like off the fucking rails in there, and you're like, well, I'm not tearing apart my food searching for the microchip that's in your food.
Well, what's sad is when our friends do that. That's always sad.
Who? What?
Well, like Rachel, like that's why she was in the psych ward a few times. Like,
really?
It got bad. Like, she thought my mom was like had like
GPS tracking her or something.
Like, yeah, she thought like she had like put like stuff in the mail and like had actually bugged like her apartment and like thought my mom was listening to her and stuff. Like, what real crazy shit.
Wow.
Like,
that's crazy.
She had like auditory. I'm pretty sure she had auditory schizophrenia. Like, at least.
Yeah.
I met someone else like that in Seattle who had auditory schizophrenia. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you just hear people talk to you.
Yeah. See, like, yeah, all the voices I heard were just all...
They were your voices.
They were my... Yeah, exactly. It was
They
my
were your
voices.
little committee, just being like,
Yes.
David, do this. David, do that. Kill the fucking angel. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yep. And it was just... It was bad.
I bet your angel died. He's slowly...
He's long. Yeah, he's tatted and pierced now, and he just looks like me, and he's shitty.
That dude.
I also suffer from feeling like I was
He's tatted and pierced.
what?
No, you're talking about my angel.
Oh, okay. Anyway, for the longest time, I was like, I think I'm actually mentally challenged, and everyone's just being nice to me, and I still suffer with that sometimes.
God.
I'm like, maybe I'm
sorry.
I'm
I'm trying
retarded.
really not to laugh right now.
I'm everyone's friend just because they're being nice to me.
Brad, that isn't true, but I'm not laughing because I'm just laughing because it's really funny.
That is really
That's
funny.
really-
Like, I legit thought that too, but now I know.
Random sidebar. You haven't listened, you're probably not going to the Negative Thoughts podcast we had with Donnie. Do you know what he was called as a kid?
No, what?
They called him Dumpster Donnie.
Oh my god, yeah, because he was dirty.
Let's bring it back.
I'm sure he wasn't. Dude, I felt so... I was like... and I said it in the podcast. I was like, Donnie, if what you had just said would have been funny, I totally would have used it against you all the time. But that is horrible and mean, and I will never call you Dumpster Donnie. But now I brought it back up to you.
Yeah.
Why, though?
I don't know.
Because he was dirty.
Was he dirty?
No, I was. I was the legit stinky kid. Donnie was not.
But you're more like Pigpen, right?
Yeah, I was more like Pigpen. I was
Yeah.
legit stinky. Yeah, it was terrible.
I think I was stinky too.
Yeah, because my parents weren't like, "Hey, go take a shower." My parents didn't give a fuck about
My
what the hell I
parents
did.
cared. Yeah.
Yeah,
My parents had six kids to worry about, so
Yeah, it was me. Yeah,
I was
my
lost.
parents had 5, so and
they did their best.
God damn.
My mom did her best.
you sure about that?
I mean,
Given the circumstances,
no,
yes,
okay,
mine did it. Mine
they
did as
probably
well.
didn't do their best, but they tried.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I give them
Exactly, and like you got to look at like what was their actual capacity to do shit,
Right.
and you're like, okay, yeah, you look at who they are genuinely as a human being. I'm like, yeah, they actually did do their best. Their best was just shitty.
Yeah, well, 'cause we're parents now. I'm a parent now, and I'm like, am I a good dad? Yeah, but
I'm a
could I do
fucking
better?
awesome
Yes.
dad.
Could I
Yeah.
do better? Yes. There's always
Yeah.
room for improvement.
Yeah,
I think I'm killing the game
you're killing it.
with Dad.
I love my dad, but I know I'm doing a better job than he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
which is
That's
fine.
not even like...
Yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, compared to my parents, it's like I'm at least emotionally available.
Yeah, that's like
for my
comparing
child.
apples and filet mignon.
So my dad is my scale. As long as I'm doing
There you
better
go.
than my
See,
dad.
exactly. We just have a new scale. Be like, am I better than that dad? I'm totally better than that dad. That dad sucks.
But I'm not better than Bandit, and that's okay.
No, I'm not. That's my
never be
dream.
better than
That's the
Bandit.
dream. 19. Is your drug use making life at home unhappy?
Oh, it
What
did.
home?
What home? Yeah,
What
that's
a fucking,
I
fucking
thought.
home.
Yeah.
I was living in a fucking
Well, I guess yeah.
Pontiac vibe. I mean,
Pontiac
you were
vibe.
living out of a Malibu or like
Yeah.
I was
I
couch.
thought he had like an apartment couch.
Oh, he did, and I was
here and
crashing
there,
on it.
yeah.
And I was asleep on his couch.
I had a couple apartments that lasted like 2 or 3 months, and then like something major would happen. Oh yeah, like one was the divorce, and I had to go home for that. You know what I mean? And then the other time it was just I got kicked. Yeah, my parents were getting divorced.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the phone call, and I'm like, oh, I have to show up and fix this.
What?
Even though I'm crazy and I can't fix myself. That was like
That was your thought?
that was my thought. I was
Huh.
like, I need to save everyone else. You know what I mean? I was that guy. And so, I mean, there was that time. And then the other time when I moved in with some college kids and I was just trapping out of the house and it was a complete, utter mess.
That was a great summer, though.
It was fun.
That summer was a lot
was
of fun.
fun.
I did a lot of drugs in that house. So did you.
Yeah. So thank God I survived and also didn't get robbed. But, you know.
Or raided.
Yeah, all 3 of those things. Because my name was bouncing around at all types of people and figures that wanted to come into my house and whatever, take me for what I had. But yeah, that didn't happen. But eventually the college kids that I was living with were like, okay.
But you had
You
so
gotta
much
go.
back in the day that anybody who fucking robbed you would have gotten their shit kicked in.
Yeah. But I mean, it was, you know, the people who told me were friends with the people who wanted to rob me. So it's like, yeah, I had somewhat people that were, you know, good enough to let me know, hey, this person wants to rob you. And I'm like,
Dude.
oh, okay.
dude,
cool.
Like in that time, like
Yeah. So I flexed like I had guns, but I didn't have any guns. I was like, let them come in.
Yeah.
Let them see with my chopper.
Your what?
I don't know.
Your chopper?
it's fucking heater, dude.
Yeah, my heater. It was like, I don't know, man. I would flex like I had guns, but I ain't never owned a gun, not once.
Oh man.
I had a broken gun once.
I know you did.
Yeah.
We talked about it. It
terrible.
makes you sad. I never.
really does.
I've never had a gun.
That
I
is
just have,
that's-
bow and arrows and crossbows.
I had a
the
crossbow,
weirdest
yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Why? I also bought a sick ass fucking slingshot recently. Like it is bad. Like it could fucking kill somebody.
I remember behind your garage,
Shooting-
your garage apartment.
Yeah.
Shooting that. And like you went inside for a minute, and it was Brad and I missed the target, and I like hit the siding, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I like pulled it out, and like we moved the target over to cover the hole. I was like, "Shit!"
I used to do archery all the time. It's super
Retrospectively,
fun.
I'm like, Eric wouldn't have cared.
I would.
but at the time-
my parents though. That's
Yes.
like a terrible
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't listen to this.
No, they don't listen to me.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
No.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
They don't approve of this.
They don't approve of me.
Number 20. Have you ever thought you couldn't fit in or have a good time without drugs? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that goes back to the other one where, dude, like, so that goes back to 17. Did I think it was impossible? No. I just didn't think I could fit in or have. That's a Donnie question right there. Mm-hmm. Donnie would be like, yeah, I couldn't fit in if I wasn't smoking weed. 100%. You couldn't. You're a fucking weirdo, Donnie.
Well, I hated weed. Weed made me more antisocial.
I know. And I always made you smoke it.
And I couldn't stop, but I hated it. I was
See, like
Dude, Brad was hilarious.
I was already like awkward and weird, and then like I would smoke and just be the guy in the corner, like I don't know.
I remember.
it's very
Terrible.
interesting with people like with the weed and how it's I don't know. It's funny.
It was either my birthday. I think it was my birthday, or it was a 420, and I bought like a quarter from Brad, and I emptied out a Dutch and I stuffed it, and so I have like a whole cigar, like legit cigar, and nobody was there. It was just myself. I was like, I gotta smoke this whole thing to the face, and I'm like a quarter of the way, and I'm like, Brad, you have to smoke this, man. I'm gonna fucking.
You're not.
I was like, and you're like, give me this shit. You're like, fuck. And you're sitting there puffing on it, and you were just so fucking mad about this situation.
Is there anyone else out there like me that like would smoke weed and be like, "Fucking hate this so fucking much"?
I'm sure.
I hated weed. I
loved
smoked
weed.
it every fucking
Loved
day.
weed, like-
oh my God.
I actually hated blunts. Like I stopped.
weed was the thing
That's
that
all I
fucking
smoked was
like
blunts.
leveled
Maybe
me
that was
out.
the problem.
Maybe, yeah.
like it's so bad for your lungs and like. It's
Yeah, but you
just,
could do it's like trying to like.
What do you mean you can do it? Like it's a blunt. Like you
What, are
can't
you
just.
gonna drive around with? I mean, granted, I did do this, but like driving around hitting a bong in a
Yes,
vehicle.
I did that too.
It was super sketchy, dude.
But you could hit a bowl or hit like a chillum or something,
Yes.
and like. But nonetheless, I still think just blunts. Gross.
Dude, in high school, I literally had a bong backpack.
No, my cousin had a bong backpack. A lot of people had bong backpacks.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah,
Such
I
a
don't
weird
get you
thing.
people with your glass bongs and all that. I
dude,
hated
it was
that shit.
acrylic. It was like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, that was an acrylic
I
deal
always
back
hated
then.
that.
Yeah, it was a
things.
plastic piece of shit that I'm sure we were just smoking all sorts of crap.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we
It's
were-
funny. It gives you guys anxiety. That's so funny.
not me.
well,
no.
but Brad though.
Oh,
It
yeah,
gave
Brad.
me,
It's funny.
It gave me anxiety.
Yeah, no, it was the one thing, like, because I would get drunk and, dude, I was not nice when I was drunk. Like,
Really? I've
I was
always been.
extremely verbally belligerent.
I was always very nice and happy and like lovely. I was like a lovable drunk.
So was I.
Like I was very nice.
I
like,
wanted to-
I wanted to dance and sing and party and be like, yeah, everything's great, man. What
No,
do you mean?
I wanted to.
Let's go to the diner, get some food.
No,
Like, you
I
know?
wanted to have fun fights. Like I
No,
like
that's
I
not-
would always wrestle with Phil at parties because he was like my size, and so like we would get drunk and it would just be.
I did like to
it'd
play-
be one of the fuck Phil nights, and then he would get pissed off, and I'd be like, "Let's fucking go."
I did
And
like
so-
to go
night,
body
every night
with-
was a fuck film
every
night.
night.
So you
I
just
know
like
so.
to go body with
Zombie
people.
Phil.
I love
Shout
Zombie.
Because
out.
I would body
Yeah, Zombie
people
Phil.
sometimes too. Like just like when you get drunk enough, it's fun.
I really hope, I really hope Brian or Kevin or like one of them listen to this and they're like, "Oh man, fuck Phil night." Like, so there was this guy Phil, just for whatever reason, was like
What's wrong with Phil?
nothing, absolutely
He's a
nothing.
great guy.
He's a great guy,
Great guy.
great dude, and he was.
That was his problem.
Yeah,
He was too nice.
Yeah, he was just like the easy target, and like all our friends,
Sloppiest drunk ever.
very sloppy drunk, and but early in the night, somebody would be like, I think it's fuck Phil night. And he'd be like, no. And so everybody would just be rude as shit to him all night. Like, there was times when I saw Kevin just come up and he'd have like a solo cup in his hand. He'd just smack it the fuck out of his hand. Like, people just do, like, just rude ass inconsiderate to him because it was fuck Phil night.
That's awful.
I forgot about that, but that's literally how it happened. Like out of nowhere,
somebody would
be like, "It's fuck Phil night."
You all owe him an amends.
Probably
we do.
Yeah.
Probably.
We do.
He hates you.
I should pay for a round of golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates you guys deep down.
No, that crew is still like the All View crew is still like, you know. It was a bonding process, and you know we're all.
It was a bonding, you know, just fuck Phil. You know what I mean?
Well, Oakland Mills, it was a tight knit community, so like if I saw any of those guys, I'm sure I could cut it up with them for 10 or 15 minutes and have a conversation with them. Like, yeah, fuck, if Brian came in here right now, like everything would be cool.
We should get Brian on the podcast.
Yeah.
Who?
My buddy Brian.
Dude, he got his shit kicked in Ocean City.
Oh yeah, that was a story.
For senior week?
Yeah. And he had literally nothing to do with anything. And they just like caught him on the street.
It was a terrible night.
Oh.
No. Just like some inter-high school rivalry dumb shit where
what high school is your rival?
I think it was Mount Hebron kids who beat the crap out of him.
Hebron?
We never really got to the
Hebron?
bottom of it. We don't know what happened. We really don't.
Yeah.
It could have been totally random. But there was this Hebron kid that was involved, but he said it had nothing to do with his people.
There were several Oakland Mills Hebron fights. Yeah, because Clink he killed that kid from Hebron.
Yeah.
Why?
It was an accident.
It was an accident. Like it was an arranged fight in like a parking lot, and one of the Hebron kids like brought a baseball bat, and then he eventually got hit with his own baseball bat.
He got hit with his own baseball bat and died?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa,
and our friend
that's
Kevin
like a movie.
did 6 or 7 years in
for
jail.
that? Mm-hmm. What, was that not manslaughter?
No, he got manslaughter.
Yeah, he got manslaughter.
I think he spent at least 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 years. I can't remember.
And then he was out for maybe 18 months to 2 years, and then he committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
tragic as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he's a good. He was a good dude too.
Yeah, he was.
It's
he was
fucking
a good
sad.
Kid. He was a good wrestler. He was a good wrestler throughout high school. Yeah. Like he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
This is why you don't fight.
Yeah, that's what it's drugs and bad decision making do.
We beat Kevin Klink up in like 6th grade too. We like arranged get off the school bus.
But you guys all got into fights, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember one time.
Can anybody see Donnie fighting? By the way, I don't think he's ever been in a fight in his life.
I don't think Donnie can fight.
No, fuck no.
But I got into fights when I was in like elementary school and when I was in middle school.
Yeah, I love you, Donnie, but I am 100% positive that if we fought, I'd shit kick you.
But I stopped fighting in high school. It seems like you guys kept fighting in high school.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah, I kept fighting. Dude, I would club punch people in Old Ellicott City.
I think I've said this on the podcast before, but I went to like OAR concerts. And would start fights.
Yeah, I fought.
OAR.
Dude, I fought at metal shows all the time.
Well, that's not.
No, OAR is not metal.
No, that's not at all.
That's different.
OAR is not metal.
OAR is let's 90s, 2000s.
Let's
all hug.
A mosh pit is not fighting. I don't count that as fighting.
No. But there's been legit fights. Because there's fights. At
I don't count
metal
concerts as fights though. Like because you're going there with the intent to like do that. That's not a fight.
That's not the intent.
Not in OAR. No, not in OAR. In OAR, the intent is not to go get into a fight. A metal show.
Yeah, having a fight at Warped Tour is totally fucking different, Brad.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Jack Johnson's about to come on. Fuck you.
Oh, but no. So I've never told you about my club punch days.
No.
Okay, so it would be say we're at the Phoenix, early in the night. Fucking I don't know, Brad, random dude, spills my beer, doesn't buy me a new one. I mark that guy for the rest of the fucking night.
Well,
and
why would they spill your beer? What are you doing?
It was always crowded as shit, and they like bumped into me and fucking it was a $5, $6 beer, and he didn't fucking like, dude, buy me a new beer, and he wouldn't fucking do it. So I did this five times at different fucking bars.
You dropped 5 beers?
I drank a lot, dude.
Okay.
Anyway,
just saying,
or
5
like somebody
years.
scuffed my shoe or something. Anyway, it was
Scuffed your
it was a
shoe?
piece of shit reason.
are you?
Anyway, so the night would go on, and at the end of the night, I'd pay my tab, and I would align myself so it was me.
I have a scuff shoe story.
It was me, the guy, and then the front door was right behind him. So I would angle my way through the bar, punch him, sucker punch the fuck out of this dude, and then run. And then just jet out the fucking front door. And it was my club punch.
You do a lot of pussy, like,
I am
things.
at the time, I was like 140 pounds.
I'm just saying.
I was 5'9",
I'm just
140
saying,
pounds.
David,
Yes, it's pussy shit.
You do
Hell
a lot
yes.
of pussy shit.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're from Columbia, Eric. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just
What do you
saying.
I didn't want to get into a fight, and I wanted to come back to that bar. If I get into a fight and get arrested and do all that dumb shit, I knew the consequences behind it, so I didn't do that shit.
Get it? It's just a bitch move.
It is a bitch move. I'm not saying it's not.
Bitch move.
I am not saying it's not. Not saying it's not at all. But I think we'll save the last 10 questions for part 3 of Am I An Addict?
Oh, this is so much fun, though.
It is fun.
What do you mean? We can do it.
What are we on time? How are we good on time?
I mean, we're at 50 minutes, so we're good, actually.
Yeah, we're good on this episode.
Right.
So everybody out there, thanks for listening. Tune in again for part 3 of Am I An Addict, which will probably get recorded right now with our friend Brad. But yeah, go to all our social media outlets, like, share, subscribe, join our Patreon to help us keep the mics on. We are self-supporting. Also, we now have merch.
We have merch.
The merch.
Ooh,
so
I see a sticker.
yeah, we have stickers and buttons and candles and
And you
all
can,
and
you can buy
floor mats, all sorts of stuff.
You can get a front doormat. That's amazing. Yeah,
What's-
designed by me.
What does it say, Eric?
It says, "Sit down, shut up, and listen to the message."
There you go. There it is. There's the hit. Yeah. So check out our merch. But most importantly, everybody out there,
Stay safe and stay clean.